Welcome students to English class standard 12. We will study chapter 17 of 4.2 To Serve with Love. Chapter 17 is about half-yearly report presented by the Students' Council in Green Slate School, London. It was the important day in the Green Slate School calendar as the half-yearly report was to be presented by the school council on this day, that is November 15th. Braithwaite had heard a lot about this day, so he too was anxious as the day approached. It was completely Students' Day, as all the arrangements, presentation and control was done by them. Students had organized this day for the students. It was the day when the class of Braithwaite was ready with the task of presenting their progress that they have done in the school in past half year. The students were whispering and discussing with one another about the arrangements they have done. Sharp at 10 a.m., bell rang and all the students assembled in the auditorium. They assembled there along with their class. Miss Joseph and Denham, who were the senior most students, sat on either side of the stage, and as the school seated silently, Mr. Florian started to address the students. Mr. Florian, who was the head of the school, in his speech talked about every child's contribution in fulfilling the aims and the policies of the school. Along with the praise of students wherever needed, Mr. Florian also gave stress on the importance of cleanliness and the conduct and asked each student to gain more and more knowledge. He wished good luck to the Students' Council and asked the students to proceed with the program. With this speech, Braithwaite now realized that Mr. Florian knew his school and each one in the school extremely well. Mr. Florian was an inseparable part of the school. Now the program started. Miss Joseph gave the details of the purpose and the activities of the student council. There will be the representatives from each class who will give the report on the studies pursued in that half year which began after Easter. A student for each subject is selected to give the report, and when all the classes will complete presenting their reports, a panel of teachers will be invited by the Students' Council to occupy the stage to discuss the matters that will be arising out of various reports. Most important is that no teacher knew who would be invited and how many teachers will be invited for the panel. The Students' Council will decide all these factors. The report began with the youngest or the lowest class. The first one to present their report were the 12-year-old ones who had joined the previous summer, and they were shy and frightened to stand up before the school and speak, but they managed. Somehow, as they were unable to seek the information, their report was short to understand. Class after class, the representatives of each class were presenting the report, and obviously there was a development in expressing themselves as each class increased. Very basic things were reported by the students, but these things were very important from their point of view. The students reported what they had understood, rather, they had to report what they were expected to learn. Now it was the turn of Bretman's class, and he sat up anxiously. Denham called out the names of the representatives along with their subjects that they were reporting. Potter was given arithmetics, Sapien, nature study, Miss Pegg and Jackson, geography, Miss Dare and Furman, philosophy, Miss Dodd, history, Denham PTN Games, Miss Joseph Domestic Science. Bridgman felt pleased and proud to see that Denham, with confidence and courtesy, used the term Miss while addressing each of the senior girls. This was the most important thing to be learned in this age, to respect young adulthood, respect young generation. As the names were called, they walked with confidence and occupied their seats. Miss Joseph gave a small speech on the lessons taught to them are bias. She added further that human life is full of differences and discrimination. She also talked about brotherhood and mankind. Then came Potter, as he had to spoke on arithmetics. He spoke on weights and measures, relationship between kilograms and pounds, meter and foot. He said that one of the two methods are used and understood in the world. Sapiano, the next one, reported on the study of pests and the results of their research. Geography subject was divided between Miss Pegg and Jackson. Jackson spoke about the distribution of mineral deposits and vegetable produce over the Earth's surface. He also talked about how the country is rich in one of the articles while it has a deficit of others. He said that the countries are interdependent on each other. Miss Peck dealt with the human relationships. She talked about the human relations and the post-war problems. She also talked about the refugees, the stateless and unwanted refugees, and the efforts and the programs of UNICEF. Fernman stole the show. He had to report on the skeleton. He called Welsh and Allison, who brought the model of the skeleton. The skull of the skeleton was moving, and this created humor. And that was a comic relief. The school laughed uproariously. Furman's clear and confident voice made the situation silent. He reported that the skeleton was of the female, but he could not say that whether it was a Chinese or a French or a Greek, nor whether he can tell whether she is brown or white or a mixture of both. Then he expresses his view that basically all the people are same, though their trimmings are different, the foundations and the blueprint is the same. Ms. Dare spoke about the problems that humanity has to face because of sickness and disease, and also the advantages gained because of interchange of knowledge, advice, and assistance. Ms. Dodd reported on the history the class had studied. She talked about the struggles of the men from dominant religious traditions. From the very beginning, it is believed that we believe in tolerance and we believe in the culture and traditions. And also, she said that we should together study and understand different cultures and traditions. Denham's report was a bit shocking and surprising. He severely criticized the pattern of PTN Games period. He questioned the limitation of the space, the ground, the time limit, and how it affects their game. He complained that the PT was not at all an enjoyable, and moreover he said that it was a boring class. So the timetable was total inappropriate. He was speaking on behalf of all the boys, so they cheered him loudly. Most of the questions were from the two top classes because the students of the lower classes were too timid or were asking repeated questions. As the teachers were selected randomly, they were not prepared, so they were stammering while answering. To the surprise of Brethwaite, Miss Euphoria Phillips dealt with the questions coolly and skillfully. She answered the questions honestly and sternly, and moreover assisted other two teachers who were with her. Weston answered badly. He answered very rudely to the complaints of Furman and Denham. He was unable to support to the question that PT exercises were useful and had physical advantage to the students. Denham, being a trained boxer, insisted that physical exercises can be advantageous only if they were practiced daily and for a longer period. As per him, the PT period was only for twice a week, and that too for 20 minutes, which was a waste of time. Miss Phillips once again took the charge of the stage in her hands. Miss Phillips said that all the subjects are equally important and are carefully fitted into the timetable for the maximum benefit of the students. The school with limited facilities is trying to give maximum to do good for maximum students. It is not possible to please everybody because it is beyond anyone's power. Miss Phillips, in conclusion, says that, looking innocently at Denham, says that some of you are fortunate that you have developed yourself physically without the help of the school that it offers through PT and games period. But remember that this program of school is for the help of those who are unable to get even that much of PT and or that much through games and PT period. Miss Phillips further says that the students like you can be helpful to the school in that respect. Denham was not flattered by the sugary remarks of Miss Phillips. He stood for his counter reply and said that why don't we in the PT and the games period take only the young kids who need PT exercises. Rest of the students can play football or any other game instead of wasting time in the things that are not good for us. Listening to this, Miss Phillips got up and came right back to him and gave him a reply and said that you take PT period as the exercise of mind rather than exercise of the body. Miss Phillips, now replying to Denham sternly, convinced him by saying that all this, that is, including PT, games, and other things that you do not like in the timetable, you take it as an exercise of your mind. It is a training to your mind which will be helpful to you when you will be out in the world when you leave the school. You will have to do certain things in spite of not liking them. And surely this has a point. So this statement stopped Denham to argue further. He realized that he was arrogant and he felt sorry. Miss Phillips gave a broad smile and calmed the situation. Braithwaite have now realized that how any creature can adjust itself in the surrounding and the atmosphere. It was an end of the morning. The head had come on the stage to close the proceedings. He expressed pride in the children and appreciated their efforts. So students, with this we come to an end of chapter 17 of novel To Serve with Love. In the next chapter we shall be doing brainstorming of the same lesson. Thank you and goodbye till then. So friends, don't forget to subscribe the channel and share the video and also to like the video. Thanks for watching.